Aquatica San Antonio is a SeaWorld water park located in Texas, and with it being home to many world-class attractions, there is no wonder it is so popular on a hot day. However, today we're gonna count down the top 10 slides at Aquatica. Starting off at number 10, we have Loggerhead Lane. And no matter whether you want to relax after a long day of sliding, or you are just looking for a fun family lazy river, then this is just for you. The only thing is, however, it is not all easy floating, because along your 1,200 foot water route, not only will you experience many tranquil moments of lush scenery and theming, but you'll also be sprayed by water left, right and centre, head into waterfalls, pushed into the air by water cannons, and so much more, creating an experience which is 100% top 10 worthy. Who here loves stingrays? Well, of course you do, but do you know that our number 9 position has quite literally taken your stingray encounter to the next level, as we have Stingray Falls. And before you all start yelling at me for putting this signature slide at number 9, just hear me out, as despite the very short Stingray tunnel, which is pretty cool, with the slide not having such a great family layout, as well as a very, and I mean very long queue line throughout the day, personally, I would not be too gutted if I did not get a chance to slide on my visit. Get ready to partay. As for our number 8 position, we have Tonga Twister, where, as you can probably guess by the name, you can slide down a slide whilst listening to music. And you will not be wrong, with as soon as you have boarded one of the many brightly coloured slides, you'll be able to plunge down from this height, racing around many twists, turns and drops, all whilst listening to your favourite tunes. How awesome is that? And so, with all of its electrifying lights, in addition to it being the first of its kind in Texas, there is no doubt in my mind that this should be on your bucket list. For our number 7 spot on our top 10 list, things are starting to become a lot scarier, as we have HooRoo Run, and with it being completely pitch black, before we even begin to talk about the ride itself, already I know some of you are going to be like, no way Jose. However, it only gets better, with you not only being in the complete darkness for almost an entire minute, but also racing around some pretty crazy water slide drops, turns and even a helix, causing even the biggest of thrill seekers in the group to shut their eyes. The question is, however, do you think you have what it takes to slide? If pitch black sliding is not for you though, and you still want the excitement of HooRoo Run, then do not fear, as on our number 6 spot, Kiwi Curl, you can do just that, with it being the park's bog standard body slide. And so, with it being so common around the world, if you are visiting the park on a busy day, then we suggest riding the more unique attractions first. Nevertheless, if you do get a chance to ride, you will definitely not be disappointed, with its great views from the top and non-stop twisting and turning throughout the trees, creating a pretty wicked experience, if you ask me. Top 5, and coming in for this spot, we have Twister the Ride, which will make you very, and I mean very dizzy, and here is how. Now, of course, it would not be a fun slide without many fun twists, turns and drops, and this ride is no different. Yet what makes this ride so crazy is the fact that once you have made it through the giant tube, you will come out into a humongous bowl that will have you spinning around again and again and again before plummeting into the water below, possibly even backwards, creating an experience that you nor your stomach will never ever forget. It is time for a good old family slide. As for our number 4 spot, we have Walhalla Wave. And wow, this ride may be a family slide and rather short too, but it sure packs a punch, with as soon as you and up to 3 others have boarded the giant yellow dinghy, you beginning by heading through a nice and relaxing tube, featuring a helix followed by a humongous zero gravity wall. And yes, you did hear me right there guys, a zero gravity wall, sending your dinghy quite literally soaring through the air. And you do not need to be a rocket scientist to know that it is both mega intense as well as fun at the same time. Here we are at the top 3 rides at the park, and for our number 3 position, we have no other than Taumata Racer, Aquatica's believe it or not racing slide. And for anyone who has not done one of these before, well then you are in for a treat, as not only will you be able to head down a crazy slide layout on your front, but with there being a whopping 8 other slides, you'll be able to do all of this whilst racing head to head with everyone else down to the finish line and seeing who becomes the Taumata Racer champion and who takes a more slow slide to the bottom. If you are scared of dropping out of nowhere, then look away now, as for our number 2 spot we have Iahoo's Breakaway Falls, and with it having the much hated and loved floor removing drop, it is definitely not for the faint of heart. However, nor is it your normal slide, because if you do have what it takes to climb those 126 steps and then drop down from the pod, you will race down the slide layout so fast that the water is literally flying in your face. Therefore, when also taking into account that there is not so scary slide 2, a trip to the park would be nowhere near complete without sliding down on Iahoo's Breakaway Falls. Here we are at the number 1 spot, and in our opinion for the best ride at the park, we have got no other than Riptide Race. And where do I begin when talking about this slide? As if I was going to talk about every great part, then we would literally be here all day. Yet to start from the beginning, from the moment you walk into the park and see this 565 foot dueling beast, you will instantly want to take a slide. And you should definitely do just that, as words cannot describe how awesome it is to be able to race down an amazing slide layout at the same time as dueling your family and friends. And so I think it is very easy to see why it is at number 1 on our top 10 list. Thank you all for watching and see you next time. Bye bye.